when the demons come, who you gonna call? Blacksmith.
Nice.
Oh, I liked
And his
that.
bell.
And I thought he was going to say Flipper Flicks.
Well, we are Flipper Flicks, but we're gonna call the blacksmith.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes more
That's
sense.
a better call.
He's probably going to do a lot more for you.
Yeah. I'm also Tim.
Yes, he is. And
And that's all I've got for
and
you.
I'm on social media this week. I'm Adam. We our Flipper Flicks, like we just said, like 30 seconds ago. It wasn't even 30 seconds, but let's say it was. Yeah. So we are on Instagram and Twitter. You can hit us up at Flipper Flicks. I know it's shocking. We have the name that we picked, and it's all lined up. And like flipperflix.com is our website. So like if you want to recommend movies to us there, we somehow also got that. Cards lined up. Stars aligned.
Indeed.
Yeah. So recommend us movies. We are actually out of recommendations for this season, but I know it's wild. But you know what? We do 2 of them every season, and we're close to empty. So please send us them. You can either do it on the website, or you could just direct message us on either of the streaming platforms. I don't think that's how it works. I think you can send it on Anchor, but
Yeah, you can send it on Anchor.
we aren't as good about that, and we'll respond to you if you do it on Instagram or Twitter.
True.
Yeah. So speaking of Anchor, that is one of our platform program. Those words are.
Yep.
I was trying to go real cool and like do a nice transition there, and it did not happen.
Try again.
It's our podcasting platform.
There you
so
go.
you can catch us at 1 p.m. Eastern there, or like you can do it on Apple or Spotify. You can rate us. That'd be great. You know. Yeah. Rate me. Rate
You got
me today. Rate me tomorrow. You want me to sing some Blue October?
I don't even know what that is.
It's a band.
I mean, thank you.
And the original song is Hate Me Today, Hate Me Tomorrow. My mom played it on repeat.
Really?
Facts.
Little,
Anyways, little tidbit
nugget.
of my life.
Yeah.
Do I have anything else? I think I hit all the marks.
Good job.
Yeah, we're not like Tim. Tim keeps a nice notepad.
Sure.
He's organized.
He is organized. Organized.
Yeah.
All right, Sam. What did we watch this week?
I am Sam, and
Hear her roar.
we got AI suggestions off of Anaconda. So we went into Netflix, and I believe, Adam, you chose Red Riding Hood?
Yes.
And
the one with
then-
Amanda Seyfried.
Yeah, and then Tib, you chose Night Teeth.
Yes.
And then I got this list of interesting things. Anaconda was on it again, but I did not pick it. I chose Errementari, the blacksmith and the devil. And I watched a lot of the trailers on the ones that I ended up with, and like, I don't know, this one just looked like quality wise, like it looks like they spent some money on like how they wanted it to look. So I was like, let's try that. Also, I kind of feel like it wasn't something I would have picked. So I was like,
Why
I'm
not?
here. I'm going to do it. So it's on Netflix. And the synopsis is: a brutal blacksmith tortures a demon he blames for his misery. Unaware, a trespassing orphan is about to change everything, based on Basque folklore. That was the other thing that got me. Like, I read the synopsis and I was like, I don't even know what Basque is.
I thought it was Basque.
Clearly I don't know. But I always like when we kind of delve into some of the like culture or folklore type stuff, because I feel like sometimes, like, we did it a little bit for Midsummer, if you want to count that, and then The Wailing was kind of like that too. So I don't know, I always feel like that makes it kind of an interesting episode if we can pull from past folky stuff. So that's why I picked it.
It's Basque.
Whoa.
You were correct.
Sweet.
I just thought, because it has Spanish in it, it would be pronounced K at the end.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So, expectations. Anyone? Bueller? You want me to go first?
Yeah,
I mean,
you
I kind
picked
of
it.
just told you.
Yeah, but I want all of your expectations.
Well, I was expecting it to be scary because scary for me, I guess, because
Demons and shit.
yeah, like, I'm not a very big, like, demon person. And so I was like, I'm going to pick this, and then I'm going to be up for, like, weeks at a time. But yeah, I mean, I watched the trailer, and like I said, it looked like really high quality, and I was interested in like the folklore aspect of it. So I was excited, but then like, great, I'm gonna be pooping my pants during this movie. Adam?
I was thinking whaling. So when you just said the whaling, I was like, oh, okay. So we were in the same boat. We didn't discuss that beforehand. Just because the whaling felt like a folklore sort of
Yeah. Right?
stuff from Southeast Asia, though, from Korea to be specific. Yeah. I didn't know. I like blacksmiths, so I was kind of interested in that part. And
That's
then the
true.
devil's scared of him, so that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
I saw blacksmith and I was like, this is up these two alleys.
Yeah. I didn't know. I was concerned that I might not get sleep tonight. Because normally when Sam doesn't sleep, I don't sleep.
That's true. It's not necessarily because you're scared of the film. You're just
Correct. I stay up in solitude.
solidarity.
Solidarity. Not in solitude.
So,
I stay awake by myself.
for
Because Sam's
funsies.
afraid to sleep. Yeah, how about you, Tim?
Well, Sam said it's probably gonna be a scary movie, so I was like, "Oh, cool, scary movie. I'm down. I'm down to clown." And then I read the blacksmith thing and kind of had the same thoughts as you. It was like, "All right, devil's scared of the blacksmith. That's cool, I guess." I don't really know what's going on. I don't know what language this is supposed to be.
Basque.
I said, yeah, but I
I
was
have to
like,
Google it.
Spanish. It says Spanish something on there, and I was like,
It's
"All right."
yeah.
It's a go ahead.
We'll let him finish and then we'll say.
Well, that's it. Really.
Okay. So Basque is a language that it was used it's not really used anymore.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it
fact.
was used up in the region. It's like northeastern Spain. So like it's on the border of Spain and France. So like southwestern France, northeastern Spain where they meet, they spoke the Basque language. So let me give you some historical facts before we get into this film.
Do it.
The Basque language was partially censored in Spain since the Civil War.
Dang.
The one they talk about. And then it was legitimately forbidden during their dictatorship.
What?
I don't
Weird.
know. I don't know the background on that, and I'm fascinated.
That's so odd.
Like a language, like a straight up, like you can't speak this language.
Yeah, what the
Yeah,
fuck?
it's like, what do you do if that's all you speak?
I
Yeah.
know you're fucked.
Apparently.
Yeah. So there's your history lesson.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So religion and shit. I'm guessing it. Yeah, definitely was thinking that was gonna happen.
Oh, are we like segueing?
Oh
into
yeah,
the
yeah,
movie
yeah.
now?
I'm gonna segue.
Okay.
Yeah. Spoilers. It's 2018, 2017.
No idea.
Like within the last 5 years.
And it's on Netflix. It's a Netflix original.
Yes, it is.
Okay, so religion and shit. That's where you want to start.
Yeah, because there's a priest right at the beginning. Like he was like, because these dudes, they were like in the Civil War, or a war. There was a war, and they were like lined up for a firing squad, and like the priest was doing like the I don't know, he's blessing them,
Mm-hmm.
and they're like, oh, we're done with that, and then yeah,
Yeah, that was kind of a brutal way to start a film with a firing squad.
Yeah, just straight up. Also, there was 3 people and 4 shooters, so
I know.
I
I noticed that
know.
too. I was like, okay.
yeah, that was confusing. And then to make it more confusing is when they shoot the blacksmith who doesn't die, who goes and murders the soldiers.
Mm-hmm.
The priest sees a devil or a demon.
Yeah.
But so you're like, oh, is the blacksmith the demon?
Yeah.
Which you find out is not right.
Well, and from the synopsis, is not right. So
Right.
I was very confused. I was like, wait, what?
Right. Was the demon, was it always the demon and it just looked like not necessarily the
Yeah.
blacksmith? He just happened to look like the blacksmith.
Maybe.
yeah, that whole bit confused me.
But I will say that priest shit himself. 100%.
When he saw the demon.
100%.
Yeah. If he saw a demon, he's shitting himself. Jot that down.
Adam can prove it.
Yeah. I was there. 1836.
Yeah.
Nailed it.
I think that was the year. I don't know.
It was like the 1800s.
It was the 1800s and it ended in a 6.
Mm-hmm. There you go. You're almost all the way there.
I know. We're introduced to Ushui eventually.
Yeah.
Mm.
This
And
little girl.
she's like reenacting mass. I don't know why I found it so funny, but
It was so weird.
She was
Yeah.
skipping mass.
But she wouldn't go to mass.
Yeah.
She was reenacting it.
She
yeah.
was like, I don't want to go to mass. And then she stole the wine.
yeah, and she was like reenacting it with like a rock and her doll. It was just like in the middle of the woods,
Yeah.
like solid.
And then a garter snake shows up. Like, what?
She just like picks it up too. Seems like don't
Yeah.
break its back.
Yeah,
What?
always worried about the snake.
Well, yeah, like the spine of a snake, if you don't carry it right, it could break its spine. Theoretically. That's what they always tell us.
They're like, you better hold it
I
right.
guess it depends on how
Heavy it is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Garter snake probably is fine.
it's fine. Yeah,
But dude, then a random rock comes and kills it.
yeah. Fucking Benito.
Fucking Benito.
He
That kid-
deserved all of the beatings that he got.
That kid got his ass handed to him like 5 times.
Like in the realm of, I mean, I don't know, 5 to 10 minutes of film, he got like kicked in the balls, hit with a rock on his head, punched in the face. Like, bro was taking a massive beating. I mean, he was a smartass, so he
Yeah.
kind of deserved it. But you're like,
He
holy
was.
shit.
I don't know. I thought it was ridiculous.
Yeah,
How-
just a little bit.
But we didn't talk about the minister from the government who was coming to town because he needs to go talk to the blacksmith about some gold that he may or may not have.
Yeah,
He didn't have it.
sketch.
I know. But yeah, I was sketched out by him from the beginning, and then they made the comment about
Yeah.
how he skipped church. So I was like, "Aw, shit, this guy's the devil."
I did not catch on to it until they make it very clear. I don't know how I missed it. This is always the way with me. I feel like I just don't pay attention. And then I'm like, holy shit.
Mhm.
And Adam's like, I knew it. I was like, oh, okay, I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah, like my notes are like government official, the devil? Question mark. Never
Well,
mind.
he wasn't actually the devil. He was
Yeah, he
Alice
was a
Brother.
demon.
Yeah.
And then I was like, never mind. I guess the kid in the cages.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no, I was right in the first place.
I like your progression of notes. Now, I feel like they made it very obvious that like the kid was going to be a demon. Like,
Oh yeah,
I mean,
Yeah.
even people like me who don't pay attention could have seen that one coming.
dude, the bear trap scene though, the first one. There were like 6 in this film.
Oh my,
Oh my gosh, they just wouldn't stop.
Yeah, it was like we bought a bear trap and everyone's gonna fall in it, like
Yep.
constantly. It was
Dude.
horrible.
It felt like a Tucker and Dale versus Evil scene, and I was like, "Ooh, are they going with that?" They aren't, but like when the guy's head falls into a bear trap, Lucas's
Just
head.
Snap.
Yeah, I was like, "The fuck."
And then
Oopsie.
the blacksmith like picks him up and is like, "Oh, are you alive?" I mean, he doesn't say that, but like he like shakes him, and I'm like, "Bro, he's dead. Like
Yeah,
he's
he,
dead,
he
dead."
gone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like,
You have bear traps everywhere.
yeah. Ooh, that was rough. Well, even before that, like if you have to break into this section of the forest to open the gate, like maybe you shouldn't be there? Question mark.
Well, and it gets better because he has spikes on every single door.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
I was waiting for someone to get impaled.
Just get paled.
Yeah.
Somebody even like falls up against one of them at
Yeah.
one point, but doesn't get hurt.
They were kicking the door, and I'm like, he's gonna stab his foot. Please
He's gonna
stab
get
your
stabbed
foot.
in the foot.
Stab your
That
foot.
would be great.
Stab it. Stab it right there.
Yeah.
Now, I'm curious, Tim. So we're zooming through this film. by the way.
I know.
A lot of it's nothing like crazy. Like the crazy stuff happens, but
It feels like a lot of setup.
yeah. But what's his name? What is his Sarteo? The demon.
Wait, demon?
Yeah, the demon. We
Uh,
eventually see him.
Yeah, that's not his name. Wow, now it's like over my head. Never mind, move on.
Yeah. So the little girl runs in because little Benito is a little shithead. Reason why his face got punched in the first place was he ripped the doll off of Ushuai's, the
Fucking
head off the
asshole.
doll of Ushuai's
Yeah.
doll. So she went in and then she got hurt and they're like, "Oh my god, he abducted her."
Mm-hmm. Yep.
No, he didn't abduct her at that point. Air quotes. She went and started investigating the whole place and found the kid.
Yes.
Yeah.
Who is the demon?
Who was the demon, and she lets him out,
Mm-hmm.
and then he turns back into the demon form.
Yeah.
And you're like, Oh shit.
Well, you knew he was going to because he had that stupid grin on his face as a kid.
Right,
You're
yeah.
Yeah.
and he grabs his like little trident pitchfork thing.
Immediately grabs a pitchfork. and
Yeah, you're like,
Right, you're like,
"Mm."
oh, yeah, whoa, weird.
I know. I'm like, doubt? Doubt you're a kid? But they, like, all the ways they torture him.
Yeah, there's a lot of like branding going on.
A lot of branding, a lot of stabbing,
Yes.
a lot of counting.
Oh my god, I was wondering where this chickpea thing was going. Like, they got
Because
the
he screams, not the chickpeas.
yeah, and you're like, what the
Oh my
fuck?
God,
That's
that
so
was the most
specific.
Ridiculous thing.
So that's a thing, Tim. So with the boo hags and like where we live, the Gullah culture believes there's a creature called the boo hag. Have I talked about this?
No.
Okay. I know Sam knows all about it because I want to write about one. So the boo hag is it'll sit on your chest and suck the energy out of you in the middle of the night. The way to
Okay.
distract her is to have a brush or like a broom, something with a lot of
Bristles.
bristles to count, because it gets distracted and has to count every single one of them. So apparently demons having to count things is not weird.
I just thought it was.
I just found it weird. It was chickpeas.
Yeah.
The chickpeas was the weird part, yes.
I thought it was funny when he messes him up and he's like, no, don't do that. Oh, I gotta start over. Like, it was amazing. Like, part of it felt like he was like almost a cartoon character.
Oh yeah.
Right, yeah.
Like-
he very felt like it for sure.
Yeah.
Like once the chickpeas scene happened, I was like, this is not very horror-y. Horror-y. It's almost like a horror comedy. Almost. I don't think it ever hits that point.
Yeah.
It
I
has
don't think-
comedic points.
Yeah. I think it's just like that demon, like his voice is like, it's just really funny sounding.
Yes.
Like, there's nothing really that's funny
Yeah.
in this film, but like his voice is just like over the top.
I don't know. The counting scene's pretty funny.
Okay. You get one scene.
2 scenes. When
You get one
Alistair starts counting it too, his giant demon ass is counting chickpeas.
And he gets all the way down on the ground to count those chickpeas.
Yeah. And then the other demon is like guarding his eyes.
Yeah,
Right.
so that he doesn't have to count them. Well, it's interesting to me, like, how much larger Alistair is. Like, he's huge. It's insane.
Yeah.
Well, he's like a leader, sort of, or like a general. He's not like a.
But that
Those
automatically
guys are
makes
just
you
random.
like 100 times bigger?
Sure.
Why not?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. Like, if you're, don't you watch like any like animes or anything? The bigger people are always the leader.
Really?
Mm-hmm. You'd be a pawn. You're short, Sam.
Gee, thanks.
You're welcome. No, I don't know. Animes are weird. They don't abide by the laws of physics,
Mm-hmm.
just like cats. But-
Yes.
They the minister dude, he keeps convincing all these people to go in, like, hey, you should go in there for me. Like, I don't really want to do it. You should do it. You should do it. Please do it.
Yeah, you go ahead.
Go investigate, please.
Hey,
Yeah.
dude, there's some gold over there. Like, it will fucking split it if like you find it.
You're never going to find it.
I know. I don't even care about the gold. I just need some pawns.
Mm-hmm.
I need people to die for me.
Indeed.
They break in. They're like, well, Benito sees the blacksmith carrying her,
Mm-hmm.
carrying Ushua. And she's like, and he has a demon. And they're like, bullshit. All right, grab the pitchforks. It's time to go.
Yeah.
Time
Let's
to
go
take 'em
break into the
down.
forest. See what's really going on.
Yeah. And then the minister's like, yeah, let's all go in. Let's do it. Yeah, this is perfect. Right how I wanted it to go.
Mm-hmm.
Eventually gets in there and is like, you dumbass demon, you're trapped in a cage.
Yeah. And that's when you find out he's like Alistair.
Yeah.
Because his eyes glint.
Right. Yeah. They throw it way out there. Yeah.
Now, is Alistair like a known demon?
I have no
I
idea.
feel like I recognize the name.
I feel like that too, but also I feel like it's in like random other movies.
Yeah.
Couldn't tell you.
Come on, Sam, you're the person who should know this. What
Yeah,
other
what the
fallen
heck?
angels are there?
Couldn't tell you.
Satan.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's all I got. Lucifer.
Well, yeah.
He's the same one though.
Shh.
And like what? Beelzebub, same name. Like
Yeah,
those are
Beelzebub.
like the 3. Are there more? I don't know.
Well, Beelzebub is just the devil.
Right.
Yeah. So we just named 3 of the same person.
Yeah, the same ones. Yeah.
Exactly.
Nice.
That's why I'm like, is Alistair another name? Don't know.
Could be. Sounds
Feel like
angelic.
that's what-
Well, I mean, they were all angels first, right?
Mhm.
So angelic is the proper word.
Yes.
It
True
just
story.
sounds really weird to call a demon's name angelic.
True story.
True stories. But yeah, they always get trapped by the bear traps. Like
We're back to that point.
Somehow.
we're back. We're back
Yeah.
to that. Like that whole field is bear trapped.
Somehow.
Like the demon has not realized if you stay on the path, you'll be fine. But I'm gonna run through the trees.
Well, he's just so happy to be out of his cage. He's got to
That's
like
true.
scurry along, you know?
Yeah, how long's he been in there?
Years,
no
at least
idea.
8 years.
Really?
Yeah, because she's 8 years old.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit. I didn't think about that.
Yeah. So was he feeding him? Do demons need food?
I feel like he wasn't eating. He was just literally stuck in there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think so too.
And it's kind of funny because like there was no part of me that was like, how did he make a giant bird cage to hold him? I'm like, well, he's a blacksmith.
Right.
Checks out.
Yeah, shit checks out. He can do whatever he wants. And he does have a bit of a sad story.
Yeah, like it gets really brutal when it does the flashback, and it's like,
You know, was screaming at us. Yeah.
yeah, and his wife was like cheating on him, and then has a baby with somebody else, and she thought he was dead, and then she hangs herself. Like that was like,
She hangs herself
Whoa.
after he kills the other person and
whoa.
holds Ushui over the fire.
Yeah, it's a
That's
little rough,
intense.
little bit rough.
Yeah. Wait till she finds out about that story. Hey, you know that giant scar you have on your face? That's the blacksmith. who
That
did
was me. Yeah. Well, and I guess like, are there all these crosses outside the blacksmith thing because
To slow him down.
yeah, he like knows that like he's coming back for him or whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
Like a debt is owed basically, and so it's like that's how you're getting rid of him because there's like an inordinate amount of crosses.
What was his debt?
Are you talking about the blacksmith?
Yes. What did he owe the demon?
The demon said at one point it was to see
His wife,
someone
right?
again. Yeah, his wife again. And he said, but you didn't ask for how long, and so she ends up like dying. Like, right? She like hangs herself or whatever.
Oh, okay. So I'm guessing the confusing part at the beginning, he makes a deal with the devil, makes the deal because he wants to see her again.
Mm.
So they go and murder, like they survive the soldiers shooting.
Mm-hmm.
That's the deal.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Okay.
And
I
then yeah, she obviously doesn't stick around, and he's like, "What the fuck, mate?" And now he's
Yeah.
got to pay his debt.
Gotta pay the troll toll.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta get pay the troll toll to get that blacksmith's soul.
Yeah. And then like the demon's up there fucking around for 8 years, let's say. And Alistair comes up and he's like, "You're demoted to boiling pot 203." And I don't know
Yeah,
why.
like what?
The
Why
exact-
is it 203? Like,
Yeah.
The exactness is what
I
makes
know.
it
I was gonna say, like, that's another part where you're like, this could have been a horror comedy.
great. Right.
yeah.
Like
It-
didn't quite nail it, but sometimes you did.
Yeah. Do you guys do you think that that priest has any guilt at any point when he's like
No.
Ushuaia, yeah, Ushuaia, your mom was a whore and she died and she's in hell. These are facts. And then she's like, "Kill me." Oh, wait, what?
Yeah. And she's like, "I want to see my mom."
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then I'm like, you don't think the priest has any guilt, Tim?
No, not a bit.
I would agree. I don't think he has guilt.
Yeah.
What's he gonna do? Repent of his sins? He's a priest. Who's he gonna repent to? The Pope?
Himself.
To himself. Okay, there you go.
His priest friends.
You know what? I think I did nothing wrong. All right, we're good.
I guess I'll say one Hail Mary
Maybe
just to cover my ass.
just to cover it. Yeah, because there was probably some shit there when he saw a demon.
Mm-hmm.
Back to that. Okay, so blacksmith gets killed. He's like, let's make another deal.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, all right, so it's over.
Yeah, so this is it, right?
And then they're doing the line.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, wait, what the fuck?
And
Yeah,
you
why is it still going?
you see all sorts of demons down there. Like somebody's ass is a demon.
I missed that one, didn't I?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, the demon turns and his butt is a face.
Yeah.
I missed that. So I was writing a note down. And I missed that guy. Some of them look straight up like orcs from Lord of the Rings.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yep.
But yeah, I love the guy that's like, what are you doing down here, man? Where have you been?
Yeah. And there's another guy that's like, I'm human garbage. Like,
I'm scum,
Like,
kill
please
me.
take me. I deserve this.
I'm like, this is one of those guys that just enjoys torture.
maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm so sad for you that you missed the demon ass. That
I
was
know.
iconic
It
for
was
this film.
Great.
Yeah. But then they get like, he's carrying around the giant bell.
Yeah, which has to be heavy.
Which, yeah, so the whole gold shit that they were looking for was the gold bell that he delivered to the church eons ago.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, so it's really funny. Like, these people are like going to murder him for the gold that
That
they've
they
already
have. Yeah. Classic human stuff.
I know. The greed. They sinned. That is greed.
That is greed, ladies and gentlemen.
Yep, 7 sins. 7 deadly sins. But yeah, he makes Alistair start counting chickpeas. Or actually, Ushuaï does.
Yeah, and I feel like I
Yeah,
would have
yeah.
wanted a larger jar of chickpeas. What about you guys?
In theory, yeah. But you just start kicking
Yeah,
them
because
and it's
there's only
infinite.
like 30 of them. Yeah, that's true. But that's a big jar. You want to start out with a bunch and then you just start launching some of them, you know?
Exactly.
You just start throwing more in.
I feel like we could have come up with a better chickpea situation. Like if
yeah, yeah.
if I was really trying to distract a demon, like I would want the more the better. You know what I mean? Just like I don't,
Right.
you know, you want a big fluffy broom by your bed for the boo hag,
yeah,
not
not
like
your
some like little bullshit
10-point comb.
Yeah, that's what I have by my bed.
No, it hasn't been by your bed in like months.
I know. I need to put it back. It was when he first told me about the boo hag. I was like, shit, I gotta get a comb by my bed. I'm not
Yeah.
chancing it, man. Not chancing it.
You're supposed to like paint your ceiling outside your porch an indigo blue.
Mm-hmm.
Helps deter them. And then you can put indigo blue bottles like out on a like you make a tree out of indigo blue bottles, and the boo hags and ghosts will get trapped inside them.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Folklore is very intriguing. Like, I love it. But like I'm not a big person. I'm not a person who really believes in ghosts, so it's like I'm not freaked out by it like some people in that are sitting next to me.
I wonder if the Basque folklore is specifically chickpeas,
It could be.
or is it just that they have to count something?
Yeah.
Like I'm interested in that because that's an oddly specific thing.
Fucking chickpeas. Like I don't know. Like for me, I'm ignorant. Is that the right word? I didn't know about chickpeas for a long time. Like
Well,
I
you're a
didn't know they
picky
were
eater.
a thing.
Do you eat any
Like
beans?
something to eat?
Beans, green ones.
Yeah, that's it.
The greenest of beans.
Those are them.
Green
That you got 'em.
beans.
That's where you stop.
Garbanzo beans are not real.
Chickpeas, haven't met them. Don't know what they are.
I knew what
Don't
baked
know.
beans
Don't get it.
were.
Kidney beans.
Knew about kidney beans. Didn't know about chickpeas though. So like it's like such like a specific bean to me.
Yeah, and I kind of do feel like if you don't eat like a lot of Mediterranean or like if you don't eat hummus,
Mm.
like you probably haven't met a chickpea. You know?
Tim's like, I haven't met a
True.
chickpea I dislike. I have
Yeah,
no
do
idea.
you like
Yep.
chickpeas?
Yeah, I actually don't know.
Yeah.
Sam eats them.
Mhm.
I
Roasted.
feel like I've eaten them plenty of times and been fine with them.
Yeah, they're good.
High in protein.
Are they?
Yes. They're a bean. All beans.
Bean.
Okay, anyways. So they get back eventually.
Mhm.
The end. She's
Yeah,
reborn.
basically. Well, the blacksmith doesn't come back
No, the blacksmith dies. He looks like he's about to go beat the shit out of the devil
with the big ass bell.
with the big ass bell.
Yeah.
And then the demon goes and runs off. He like transforms.
Yeah. He like comes back up.
Yeah, and
I'm pretty sure that's the same guy playing the demon the whole time too. He has the same
Yeah,
facial
yeah,
features
yeah,
and everything.
Ah.
That's what I was thinking.
We were
too.
wondering. Yeah.
He was only listed as one character, so. And Tim, did you catch the last line of the movie?
I'm not sure.
Get
Wait.
get into the pumpkin
Yeah.
and out
The
at the
pumpkin, yeah, 'cause
square.
we made comments about that. Yeah. That
Okay.
was great.
Okay, so in the Basque language, that is basically happily ever after.
That's funny.
It's an idiom in their language, though.
Yeah, like, isn't it basically like, and we don't know if that's how the story went, but that's how it is.
That's
like,
how it is. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what they're saying.
That's how I've heard it. Yeah.
And like in the Basque language, it like rhymes, so it sounds nice and pretty and whatnot. It's like when it's directly translated, idioms just don't work.
Yeah, we were just like, what the fuck? Get into the pumpkin and out of the square?
Right.
What?
That's a great. That's great though.
Yeah.
I love idioms. Like in Poland, you fell off a Christmas tree means you're like uninformed. It makes no sense. It's an old idiom, so it's not like people use it these days.
Yeah.
But
Right.
idioms are just fun.
Mm-hmm.
And when you work on like a global team, you realize how many you use. Look at me.
People are like, what are you talking about?
I'll be like, does that make any sense? They're like, no. My favorite one, I don't know if it's an idiom, but I had to define the word butt dial.
Classic.
That's weird.
Apparently, that was not a thing said, and
That's not how they describe it.
nope. Mm-mm.
It's just a misdial or something.
Yeah. It's weird. All right. Anyways, I have no more notes. Tim? Those are really good notes.
So good. So fast.
Oh yeah, Saltaire or whatever the heck his name is says, "Not the sad one, please."
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that.
No, not the sad one.
People seem to be smacking each other a lot.
Dude, right? It's just like
Yes!
everybody getting slapped.
The constant smack.
I was like, am I just fixated on this, or is this just a lot of smacking for a movie?
Right.
Right. No, there was a ton of it. Benito got hit a lot.
Decked all the time.
And then they said 2 names of drinks in the beginning that I want to try.
Yeah.
Oh, what were they?
Very Basque.
Pataran and Texoli. I don't know how to say them really, but
It's probably Tcholi.
yeah, that's probably it.
I don't know.
And then obviously hammer, best weapon. So
Yeah, I forgot to bring that up. I forgot that. I was like,
clearly hammer, best weapon.
Tim loves his hammer. I did love the shield he had.
Yes, the shield is great.
Yeah, like they're shooting guns at him, and he's walking around with a damn shield.
Yeah.
I'm
Why
like,
not?
To be fair, those guns probably wouldn't be able to hit him anyway.
Yeah, that shit misses. Like it had to be point blank almost.
Yeah.
I feel like there were some good, like, scenes, if that makes sense. Not like oh, that was a good scene, like the way they wrote it, but like some of the shots, like the forest felt spooky,
Yes, it did.
and like some of the shots inside the blacksmith's living quarters, like you would shoot back to the door and it would like silhouette or something. Like, I don't know. I felt like they
The
did a good
bridge
job
scene.
with that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then also like the demon prosthetics for the main dude.
Dude,
Like for some reason, I don't know, like I didn't think they were bad.
I thought they were really good. The fact
Yeah.
that they like moved with his like facial
Yeah.
expression.
Stuff. Yeah, that was pretty cool.
That's like a big thing. Like you can get somebody to make a standstill prosthetic,
Mm-hmm.
but once it has to like smile, that's where it gets tough because it has to stretch
Yeah.
and whatnot.
Yeah, I think the only thing that like when they pulled back and you saw like the full bodysuit, like
Yeah.
it really just looked like a red bodysuit. Like that's when it kind of fell apart.
Yeah, that's when you can see the whole thing,
Mm-hmm.
you need to leave like some of the shading and the shadows and stuff there, and then it kind of hides the flaws of it. But yeah.
Keep
Mm-hmm.
it zoomed in. Weirdly enough,
exactly.
zoom in
They spent a lot
Right,
of time
yeah.
on the face, and that works.
because most of the movie is his face.
Yeah.
His running was hilarious.
I know.
his running was great, like really like woo.
Yeah, like he was like this happy little devil demon thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was funny though.
He's just happy he's not getting demoted down
Yeah.
to the boiling
Oh,
pot.
he was still demoted.
Yeah.
He just isn't reporting to work.
He decided to quit.
Yeah, he decided, I'm out, guys. See ya. Yeah.
I'm gonna go tell people stories. This will be fun.
Yeah. Seems like a better gig.
Now, okay, so we talked about how we thought this movie was gonna be a horror film.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
And I guess Tim, you watch a lot of them. What do you consider horror in this day and age?
It's tough.
Because like I feel like a lot of movies don't necessarily like scare you, and
Yeah, I always say that
Yeah.
horror films always end up being like a different version of comedy.
yeah,
I mean, much like this one just seemed like a comedy to me, but
it
taken
wasn't a
out of
comedy,
context
but
of what
like,
it was, right?
yeah,
It just happened to be silly enough to where it was kind of funny.
right,
Um, yeah, that's difficult. I think a horror movie, a lot of the times they're going for jump scares or they're based on certain legends or whatever. A lot of them, if it has anything to do with ghosts, it's basically considered a horror movie. And then you have like your slasher horrors, right? So there's always different genres of it. So
yeah,
I think if a movie's like trying to be intense and it tries to jump scare you, or there's moments of um, turmoil, lots of things where it's like the characters go through a lot of turmoil, that's usually when it's like a horror movie. But
okay,
it's kind of hard generally to speak about it. Yeah.
yeah. Because like, would you say like The Wailing? Was that a horror film? I would say yeah.
Uh,
To me, it
yeah,
was.
yeah, I think so.
That felt like more of a horror than this one.
Yeah, for sure.
This one just kind of felt like a period piece.
Yeah, it
Right,
actually did
yeah.
kind of feel period piecey.
And I know that's like how Netflix classified it, but I think that fits. Like it felt more like Game of Thrones with a little bit of demons than anything else.
Yeah, yeah, that's true.
That's a good way to describe it. What about
It is.
Lights Out? Is that a horror film?
Yes.
Yeah, I would say. The Ring. We had another one there.
Oh, The Ring. Of course it is. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that one kept people up for decades.
Hmm.
Whole years of their lives.
I know. I was just curious because, like, I don't know. It's like a genre, like a comedy genre. Like, albeit if somebody doesn't laugh at all the jokes, like, it's clearly trying to be a comedy, right?
Mhm.
Or like an adventure movie is an adventure movie.
Right.
Yeah, and I feel like they're starting to bend it a little bit more than previous. You know what I mean? Like,
Like horror movies?
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because now you have like horror comedies. And like, yeah, I know that was a thing because Scream was like a
The
horror
first.
comedy, but like now I feel like we've really leaned into like we have horror comedies that are like light on the horror, more on the comedy.
Right.
And like I almost kind of feel like we talked about this for Anaconda, but like there's like a monster subgenre as
Yeah.
well that's like jump scares basically. But it's just a monster movie. So I don't know. It feels more malleable than a lot of other categories.
I would agree. And then,
Yeah.
yeah, the horror comedies, like, I mean, What We Do in the Shadows.
Mhm.
Season 1, I would say it was like 50% horror, 50% comedy. Like, they actually tried to do the horror stuff.
Mm-hmm.
By season 2, I was like, that ratio changed.
Yeah.
I don't know if you agree with that, Tim. I know.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, like, I was like, they're like, oh, we're getting a lot of laughs. Let's just kind of lean into that.
Yeah.
And I was like, nice. But like this movie, I would say would be leaning in more of like the season 1 of What We Do in the Shadows. Well, even like more leaning into the horror than the comedy. I would say it's like 10% at max comedy. Just
yeah.
that the main demon dude is just kind of a goofy guy.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Did you see
it's just kind of silly.
Did you see the Green Knight, Tim?
Yeah.
This kind of reminds me of that too. Like it's
Yeah,
like
in a way.
it's like
Mhm.
darker
Yeah.
and like periody, but I would say that one was maybe probably like more scary. Just because you know he's gonna
I was
die.
on my I
You know what
think I was
mean?
on my edge of my seat more in the Green Knight.
Exactly. Whereas this one I felt like
But part of that was
Yeah.
because I was
Hanging out.
reading. I wonder
Yeah,
if
I
that plays a
guess.
factor into it. Like if it's subtitled, like does that affect your like your fear? Because like you got to pay attention to the words, right? Like otherwise you don't know what the fuck is happening.
I mean, I think you could answer your own question with Parasite.
Yeah.
Yeah, Parasite. It doesn't scare me. It just makes me incredibly anxious.
And you have to read in that one.
Yeah. So
So I think it's just I don't know. There's something about this one where maybe it's just like the pacing or something where the like thrillerness is notched down somehow.
Yeah.
And it honestly might be the demon character and how he's kind of goofy.
Yeah. He wasn't bloodthirsty.
Mm-mm.
But anyways, sorry, I diverged us before we even got to our... I don't know. I thought it was an interesting conversation, so I was like, why not?
Yeah.
And Tim watches his fair share, so...
It was worth delving into what genre this one kind of fits in.
Yeah.
Right.
All right. So the cast. The blacksmith, Patchy.
Patchy.
His name is spelled Patxi, Patchy.
Mhm.
Thank you, other languages, because those are fun. His real name is Candido Oranga, and he's in The Girl in the Mirror. Ushwe is played by Uma Bracaglia. I butchered that. She's in Keep Up the Ritual as a 12-year-old.
Ooh, that sounds scary.
Yeah, that one does sound a bit scarier.
Keep up the ritual.
Sartale, or the main demon dude, is played by Aniko Sagaroy. I just want everybody to know, I'll write these down, but I do not practice them before I come onto this.
You're like,
Sure.
How do I think this one
Yes.
sounds?
But he's in The Giant. So apologies to anybody if I mispronounce your name. Looking at you, Cillian Murphy. That is going to always be our callback.
OG mispronunciation.
Yeah. But the director is Paul Urquio Alio. And he did a short film called Dardar.
Oh.
I really like that the name is called Dardar. It's like Dar-Dar.
Nice. Is it a horror?
I have no
Or-
idea.
I wonder what it is.
But I really liked the name. So
Mhm.
it's like 9 minutes.
Mm.
Intrigue. But this movie won 4 awards and was nominated for 2 others. The critics gave it an 80%, the audience a 71%, IMDb with a 6.4 out of 10, and then Google with an 80% as well.
Wow.
I know. All right, Sam, let's have you go first.
Okay. I probably wouldn't flip it on again. And I'm struggling with whether or not it's worth a first watch. It's not necessarily that it's bad. It is kind of slow, though. And so when you said, like, oh, he did another short film, I almost wonder if this would have played better as a short film.
I could see that.
Yeah.
He's done 2 or 3 short films, actually.
Just because, like, the pacing feels like I feel like you could have crunched a decent chunk of it and you'd still get the gist of the story.
Right.
And, like, it's not a knock on it. Like, I thought it was a fine movie. I don't know. I don't think I would flip it on again. But it was fun going to this corner of Netflix, I guess.
Yeah. What about you, Tim?
Yeah. It was interesting to watch one time, but even then, like, I watched it
Yeah.
for other people to say, you probably can skip this one.
Exactly.
So I'm gonna flip it off. Yeah. It wasn't like, you see period film, whatever, or like from a different culture or something, but it wasn't like enough of that. It was a fun little story, and there was like one epic moment with the blacksmith where he smacks the bell there at the end. But
Yeah.
at the same time, it's like meh, meh, meh. I was struggling through this one, so yeah, it's a flip it off for me.
Yeah, and for me, like, I probably wouldn't flip it on. Let's say that. I did enjoy the film. I thought it was interesting to see the Basque language because that was news to me.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm really interested in seeing why it was forbidden.
Yeah.
That's just weird.
Yeah, that's very strange.
So, like, I'm really interested in that, and I do find it cool that they did the whole thing in that native language, and like it was done properly, and it's a well done movie. But it just doesn't really fit my my go-to movies.
Yeah.
So, like, that's why I'm not flipping it on. But again, it's not a bad movie. Does that make
Yeah.
sense?
Yeah, I think we're all kind of in the same spot. It's
I
like
know.
it's not a bad movie. It's just like not great.
Yeah,
Kinda like, yeah.
like there are scenes that I enjoyed.
It's a solid meh movie for all of us.
But nonetheless, we move on to next week, where Tim is going to get to pick.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Let's see what his category is going to be. It's really sad. I can't really talk, so Sam's going to have to talk through this.
Oh. Does that count as talking?
Yeah, close enough. Oh, snap, Tim. We're going back to season 1 categories here.
Hot diggity dog.
Streaming original.
Ah.
There we go.
Hey, I heard there's this movie called Errementari.
Yeah.
Errementari. It's a streaming original.
I feel like Night Teeth is also a streaming original.
Night Teeth is, yeah. There's so many to pick these days.
Yeah. How will you decide?
But yeah, so Sam, say the line. Say the line from the movie.
What line?
Pumpkins.
Oh. Is it get in the pumpkin and out at the square?
Fucking nailed it.